In the shadows of a $6 million mansion, a family's facade of wealth crumbled, leaving behind 3 bodies and a web of financial deceit. Just days before the tragedy, a suspicious change to a $1 million life insurance policy set the stage for a posthumous battle that would expose the dark underbelly of the American dream. The Dover Mansion, with its 21 rooms and luxurious amenities, stood as a testament to the Kamal family's apparent success. Rakesh, 57, Tina, 54, and their daughter Ariana, 18, seemed to embody the perfect life. Their opulent home, a beacon of achievement in the affluent Massachusetts community. But behind the grand facade, dark secrets festered, threatening to shatter the illusion of prosperity they had so carefully cultivated. Despite their outward appearance, the Kamal family had been struggling financially for years. Rakesh, desperate to maintain the illusion of wealth, had borrowed extensively from family members, including a staggering $500,000 loan from Tina's brother, Sandeep Bedi, and numerous other smaller loans from his own brother, Manoj. The family had been drowning under a massive $3.8 million mortgage, and foreclosure was looming. The Kamal family had long been considered one of the most respected and affluent households in Dover. Their carefully curated image was a key part of this. Rakesh, a charismatic figure, was a regular at local business events, often rubbing shoulders with the town's elite. He was the picture of a successful entrepreneur, speaking at charity galas, and even offering mentorship to younger business owners who looked up to him as a role model. Tina, in contrast, was more reserved, but no less involved in the social fabric of Dover. A well-dressed, gracious woman, she frequently hosted lavish gatherings at their mansion, where the town's elite mingled and admired the Kamal's seemingly perfect life. Ariana, too, was a reflection of her parents' ambitions. Having graduated from Milton Academy, one of the most prestigious prep schools in the area, she was now a first-year student at Middlebury College. Known for her academic success and her leadership in various extracurriculars, Ariana had become a role model for other young women in Dover, seemingly set for a bright future. However, behind closed doors, the Kamal family was walking a financial tightrope. The pressure to maintain this image of wealth, success, and happiness was overwhelming, especially for Rakesh, who bore the brunt of the family's financial woes. His double life, juggling financial ruin while trying to project stability, was coming to a breaking point. As we unravel this chilling tale of deception and desperation, we invite you to subscribe and click the bell icon to follow us for more such cases. For within these walls, a tragedy was about to unfold that would shock a nation and reveal the devastating consequences of living beyond one's means. The American dream lay in ruins that fateful evening. What grim tableau greeted those who entered the Kamal residence? A carefully staged crime scene, complete with strategically placed notes, hinted at a meticulously planned act of desperation that would challenge everything the community thought they knew about this perfect family. On December 28, 2023, the veil of perfection surrounding the Kamal family was violently torn away. Attempts to reach the family had gone unanswered for days, raising concerns among their relatives. At approximately 7:24 p.m., the stillness was shattered by a frantic 911 call. Manoj Kamal, brother to Rakesh, had made a chilling discovery that would forever alter the narrative of the seemingly idyllic Kamal family. When Manoj entered the Dover mansion on that fateful night, his first reaction was disbelief. The house, which had always been full of life during his visits, now felt unnervingly quiet. The silence was deafening. As he called out to his brother and received no reply, a sinking feeling began to spread in his chest. Manoj had come over out of concern. Rakesh had stopped returning calls and texts, which was unusual, even during the most stressful of times. As he made his way through the home, he noticed small details that seemed out of place. A half-finished meal left on the kitchen table, clothes folded neatly on the living room sofa. It was as though time had frozen inside the mansion. When he reached the bedrooms and found the notes marking each room, the cold reality of what had transpired hit him like a wave. He found the bodies, Rakesh, Tina, and Ariana, lifeless, laid out as if in preparation for something beyond comprehension. Manoj fell to his knees in shock, unable to process the full horror of what he was seeing. Upon entering the mansion, Manoj was confronted with the lifeless bodies of Rakesh, 57, Tina, 54, and their daughter Ariana, 18. The discovery of the bodies by Manoj added a cruel twist to an already tragic tale. His role in uncovering the crime scene would later complicate matters surrounding the life insurance payout, adding a layer of financial intrigue to the already complex narrative. As investigators arrived, they were met with a carefully orchestrated tableau of death. 3 specific bedrooms, each marked with a white sheet of paper, held the answers to the unfolding mystery. In one of the rooms, authorities discovered the murder weapon, a .40 caliber Glock 22, unregistered and not licensed to Rakesh. This illegal weapon proved to be the instrument of the family's destruction, hinting at the hidden struggles that had plagued the Kamals. The autopsy results painted a grim picture. Tina and Ariana were confirmed victims of homicide by gunshot, while Rakesh's death was classified as self-inflicted. Investigators were left to piece together the events that had led to this horrific conclusion, raising troubling questions about Rakesh's state of mind. How could a family on the brink of financial ruin afford such opulence? The answer revealed a masterclass in maintaining appearances and the deadly consequences of a lie spiraling out of control. To the outside world, Rakesh, Tina, and Ariana epitomized the American dream. Successful entrepreneurs living a life of luxury and privilege. Their 21-room mansion, adorned with luxurious amenities, whispered promises of wealth and status. Yet behind the facade, the Kamals' financial situation had deteriorated to the point where they were facing foreclosure. Rakesh had gone to extraordinary lengths to maintain the illusion of success, borrowing from family members and hiding their dire financial situation. In fact, Tina and Ariana were reportedly unaware of the impending foreclosure or the massive debts that threatened to destroy their lives. Tina had even continued making plans for the future, including purchasing furniture for a new $16.5 million home in Tennessee, a cruel testament to her ignorance of the family's true financial state. What added to the complexity of this situation was how Tina remained unaware of the family's true financial state. Rakesh had managed to shield her from the growing mountain of debt by keeping separate bank accounts, signing loan agreements without her knowledge, and intercepting creditor calls before they reached her. He went so far as to hire financial advisors to give them the illusion of prosperity, crafting reports that showcased healthy bank balances that, in reality, were being kept afloat by borrowed money. Rakesh's ability to conceal these financial troubles, even from his own family, is a reflection of the psychological toll that maintaining the illusion of success had taken on him. As the loans mounted and creditors began to circle, Rakesh's options dwindled, driving him to increasingly desperate measures. By December 2023, he must have felt there was no way out. As the Kamal's financial house of cards teetered on the brink of collapse, Rakesh made one final, desperate move. Just days before the tragedy, he orchestrated a last-minute change to Tina's $1.25 million life insurance policy. On December 24, 2023, a fax arrived at Genworth Financial's offices requesting a change to the beneficiaries of the policy. Rakesh and Ariana were named as primary beneficiaries, while Rakesh's brother Manoj was named as the contingent beneficiary. The timing of this change, just 4 days before the murder-suicide, raised immediate red flags for investigators. The document also raised questions about the legitimacy of Tina's signature. Genworth's policy explicitly required that a witness to such a change cannot be a beneficiary. Yet the document seemed to violate this rule. Investigators speculated that Tina's signature may have been coerced or even forged, adding another layer of intrigue to an already complex case. The timing of the life insurance policy change raised alarms among investigators and legal experts alike. Just days before the tragedy, Rakesh had made the sudden decision to change the beneficiaries of Tina's $1.25 million life insurance policy. A decision that would ultimately pit brother against brother in a bitter legal dispute. This last-minute change would later ignite a fierce legal battle between Manoj and Tina's brother, Sandeep Bedi. The financial dispute became a central part of the investigation, as both sides accused each other of greed and betrayal, while the insurance company turned to the courts to determine the rightful beneficiary. Legal experts like J. Michael Young, a Texas-based attorney specializing in life insurance disputes, explained that such last-minute changes were not uncommon in cases where financial stress played a central role. People who are under immense financial pressure often see life insurance as a final way to control things. But when there's a sudden death involved, especially a murder-suicide, it complicates things in ways that most people can't anticipate, he remarked in an interview about the case. As the investigation unfolded, the depth of Rakesh's financial deceptions became clear. He had borrowed extensively from family members, using these loans to maintain the appearance of wealth, even as the walls of financial ruin closed in around him. Rakesh had borrowed $500,000 from Tina's brother, Sandeep Bedi, and several other large sums from his own brother, Manoj. These loans, combined with the $3.8 million mortgage on the Dover mansion, created a financial quicksand that Rakesh could no longer escape. Perhaps the most tragic aspect of this financial web was the apparent ignorance of Tina and Ariana. While Rakesh grappled with the reality of their dire financial situation, his wife and daughter remained blissfully unaware, continuing to live as if their wealth was secure. This deception and the psychological burden it must have placed on Rakesh likely contributed to his final, desperate act. But these borrowings came at a personal cost. With each loan, Rakesh became more isolated from his family. He stopped confiding in Tina, fearing that the truth would destroy her trust in him. His relationship with Manoj, his once close brother, became strained as he continued to ask for financial help. Manoj, who had been so willing to help in the beginning, began to grow suspicious. As the debts piled up, so too did the tension between the two brothers. The financial pressure, combined with the looming threat of foreclosure, created a volatile mix that exploded on December 28, 2023, in the most tragic of ways. As the sheets of paper fluttered in the breeze, they seemed to whisper secrets of the tragedy. What dark revelations would emerge as investigators peeled back the layers of the Kamal family's final days? The answers would challenge everything the community thought they knew about wealth, success, and the American dream. The unregistered Glock 22 raised immediate questions about how Rakesh had obtained the firearm and why he had kept it hidden. This added another layer of secrecy to a man already adept at concealing the truth from those closest to him. As forensic experts combed through the crime scene, it became clear that Rakesh had planned this act of desperation for some time. The precise placement of the bodies and the carefully marked bedrooms suggested premeditation. The community of Dover, known for its affluence and tranquility, was shocked to its core. The Kamals had been viewed as pillars of success, their mansion a symbol of wealth and status. Yet behind closed doors, a hidden world of debt, lies, and desperation had existed. The community struggled to reconcile the image of the perfect family with the horrific reality that had been unveiled. Norfolk District Attorney Michael Morrissey's words echoed through the community. "This is very unfortunate, and our heart goes out to the entire Kamal family on this terrible tragedy." The investigation also shed light on the complex financial web that Rakesh had woven. The tragedy served as a wake-up call for man in the community, prompting discussions about the pressure to maintain appearances and the dangers of living beyond one's means. While Dover residents struggled to make sense of the massacre, a different kind of war was erupting. The life insurance policy became the focal point of a fierce legal dispute, pitting Manoj Kamal against Tina's brother, Sandeep Bedi. Both sides were fighting for control over the $1.25 million policy payout, further complicating the grieving process for both families. As the legal battle unfolded, it became clear that the life insurance policy change was just the tip of the iceberg. The investigation revealed the extent of Rakesh's financial manipulations: loans from family members, hidden debts, and a pattern of deception that had been years in the making. Legal experts weighed in, highlighting the complexities of life insurance disputes in the context of family tragedies. The case also exposed the dark reality that family disputes over money often surface in the aftermath of such incidents, adding yet another layer of tragedy to an already devastating story. The complexity of the situation prompted Genworth to take an unusual step. The insurance company asked a federal court in Boston to determine the rightful beneficiary, effectively placing the decision in the hands of the justice system. This move underscored the unprecedented nature of the case, blending elements of family tragedy, financial manipulation, and legal intrigue. As the dust settles on the Massachusetts Mansion Massacre, lingering questions haunt the shadows of this tragic tale. What drove Rakesh Kamal to such desperate measures? How did a family, once the embodiment of success, spiral into financial ruin unbeknownst to those closest to them? In the aftermath, we are left to ponder the true nature of success and the cost of keeping up appearances. This tragedy forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about the pressures of maintaining wealth and status in a society that often equates material success with self-worth. Thank you for joining us in the abyss of crime. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more compelling stories that expose the darker corners of human nature.